you know very well what is vulnerability assessment and penetration test, but there is a twist. It goes by many names. From cybersecurity assessment to security audit and even grey box, black box security assessment, these are varied names often lead to confusion. Let's crack this terminology puzzle wide open. Hey there, welcome to Chris Talk. I'm Arul Thomas from Briskinfosec, your perfect cybersecurity friend as a partner. Today, we are diving into the fascinating topic that might seem a bit tricky at first. How different words in the world of cybersecurity can create confusion. What exactly vulnerability assessment and penetration testing? Vulnerability assessment. Think of this as detective mechanism where it will come up with the automated tools and it will help us to identify the vulnerabilities in the digital assets like web app, mobile app, cloud or IoT or anything. But this will come up with a 20% of false positive and false negative. But it's a swift process. You can use this as a monthly or every release you can do that and try to check whether everything is kept in sharp manner or not. Next, penetration testing. This is a manual double check on the vulnerability assessment findings. It helps to reduce the false positive and also dive into security concerns related to business logic flow. However, this is one more extensive one because it's a manual method. We usually plan to do it on quarterly, semi-annually or annual based, depends on the customer needs. Now, here is where it gets interesting. People like to come up with a shorter name and fancy name for those concepts, and that's where the confusions were kick in. Let me take to the opportunity. First one is VAPT. The vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, people will call it as a VAPT. It's a very straightforward one. There is no confusion. Definitely you can use that specific term. Second term, people will call it as a cybersecurity assessment. Cybersecurity assessment, which is the big umbrella term, and it can refer anything. So try to avoid such kind of acronym. Next one is security audit. Security audit in the sense it's not only the vulnerability assessment, penetration testing, also it will come for GRC related, governance related audits. So that also wrong. And people will call it as a grey box security assessment. Yes, it's a more straightforward, but it's a subset of vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. How this going to be happen? Next one is DAST, Dynamic Application Security Test. This also refer to the vulnerability assessment and penetration testing, but you need to make sure whether you want in the black box method or white box method. Next one is black box security assessment. Generally, it is like a without login and you are doing the security test. I'm just referring everything into the application perspective. Some of the customers are referring the terms like we want SAST and DAST assessment. And when we go and check the clarity and they will say, okay, SAST is not needed because SAST is purely related to the secure code review process and DAST is related to the vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. So why we care about all these different names? Well, imagine this. If you ask someone for a vulnerability assessment, but they give you a penetration test, it's like asking for a banana and getting an orange. It might not be what you were expecting, right? To avoid this mix-up, the trick is to be super clear about what you want. When you are chatting with someone about cybersecurity, make sure you are both on same page. If they use a fancy word, don't be afraid to ask them to explain it in simple terms. Wrapping up this entire story, hope this puzzle is solving.